Hey everybody, it's Tuesday afternoon. It's 4 o'clock. We're glad you're here. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence. We sure are, and we will get to those stories and more in just a moment, including the smelly situation in Philly.
Yeah, this stinks. Literally. Look at this. Trash is piling up on people's doorsteps along city streets. We're going to take you there and tell you why. Also ahead this half hour. We begin this afternoon, though, with what some people call a pedestrian safety crisis here in Indianapolis. This map shows where pedestrians and cyclists have been hit so far this year. At least 11 have died, and that includes an incident just this morning.
A woman was actually hit and killed on Indy's southwest side on a dark stretch of Kentucky Avenue. Samantha Johnson has been looking into this story for us. And Sam, you actually talked with police about this. What did you learn?
Well, we did learn the driver who hit this woman, her name is Pamela Shoemaker. That driver did stay at the scene and cooperate with police. And when we talked to police overnight, they really highlighted just how dark this stretch of Kentucky Avenue can be. Of course, we're talking about one of the main streets into downtown Indianapolis. This month alone, 18 pedestrians and cyclists have been hit across our city. That's according to the Indy Ped Safety Crisis. That's in just 8 days. So this morning's incident was the first in this area this year. But of course, police tell us one is one too many.
This area is lit really well in some places and not so well in others. I think I measured if she had been 40 yards farther south, there are 3 lights that really light the area well. She's 40 yards farther north, and she was in a darker area and was struck by the SUV.
Now, the bigger question to all of this, of course, is what can we all do to be better on the roads, right? Drivers, pedestrians, cyclists. So today we actually talked to a local cycling team, and they say when you're behind the wheel, when drivers are behind the wheel, be behind the wheel. Focus on the job at hand. Don't be distracted. Focus on your surroundings. And then for pedestrians and cyclists, it seems silly, but light colored clothing can make such a difference if you're walking or biking. And then if you're biking, if you can have a front and back light, that makes all the difference. So you'll hear more from that cycling team coming up tonight at 6. Pamela Shoemaker, by the way, was 42 years old.
Okay. No, it does not seem silly if it can help save a life.
No, absolutely. And it's such an important reminder that when you're walking, pay attention to your surroundings. When you're driving, pay attention to your surroundings. Oh, I hate to see all those numbers, and every single one of them is a life.
Is a life. More to come. We'll have more
All right,
for you.
We'll see you then. Thank you, Sam. In Hancock County today, state police are looking into a deadly shooting involving police. This was the scene here last night in Greenfield. Police tell us they were called to a home on Sedgwick Lane for some sort of disturbance. It escalated, and Greenfield officers eventually shot a man who was rushed to the hospital and died. Now, we're working to gather more details on this, like what kind of a disturbance it was, how it escalated, that kind of thing. Of course, we'll update you as soon as we get those details.
And we now know the name of the 14-year-old boy who drowned in a northeast Indianapolis lake. Officials recovered the body of Shaquatrell Harper yesterday from the lake near East 56th Street and Fall Creek Road. Family members say the teenager wanted to swim, so he jumped into the lake from a pontoon boat but did not resurface. Officials say the water was 30 feet deep where Harper was last seen alive. And a new system is now in place to help connect 911 callers with the help they need.
Specifically when it isn't an emergency. Our Brandon Schaff got a chance to take us inside the call center today for an up-close look.
Any day can be a busy day for Indianapolis EMS, and for paramedics that are trying to get to where those ambulances are needed, this program can certainly help.
The Crosswalk To Care program went live in Marion County on June 16th. Since then, 200 911 callers were connected to resources to help them get the care they need, which isn't always a trip to the emergency room. IEMS Chief Dan O'Donnell said that about 10 to 15 calls a day are being routed to a nurse navigator, with room to expand. From there, they can direct them to places like urgent care or give tips for home treatment depending on their conditions. He said the average time taken when someone is brought to the hospital is 45 minutes to an hour and a half. So the new program can free up ambulances for emergencies.
If that call, which would have otherwise gone to an ambulance, taken them out for that amount of time, does not go to the ambulance, that ambulance is now ready for the next call.
And with this new program just starting here in Indianapolis last month, they're already starting to see the benefits. For now, reporting in Indianapolis, Brandon Schaff, 13 News.
All right, thank you so much, Brandon. And let's talk about the weather. It was hotter than yesterday, but sunnier than yesterday.
Still not as miserable as it's been.
Yeah, Yeah, it's not as bad. Not as bad.
Not as bad. It's a lot
it's
more
July,
comfortable.
right?
It is July. This is how it should be. We'll have our turn come
That's right.
October, November. We're going to be living on the good life.
We just had this conversation at home the other night. I said I really do kind of miss the fall, winter weather.
Oh my gosh, people, we just got here into some
I was
hot
attacked at home
temperature.
for it too.
Yeah, well, you're going to be attacked
Oh,
here.
here's my buddy.
Be careful.
Solidarity, brother.
You guys walk to the parking lot together.
I got to hide from Felicia.
Yeah, walk to the parking lot together.
All right, we will protect ourselves here. All right, let's get right into it. Plenty of sunshine here across central Indiana. Yeah, it's been nice. It has been warm for sure. And as Dustin mentioned, it's not as oppressively humid as it's been the last several days. Still humid. It is July, however, and this is how it should be. It's 86. But this dew point of 60 compared to dew points in the 70s, that's the difference maker for today. That will change a little bit in the coming days here. 85 Shelbyville, Plainfield at 87 degrees, and it's possible because we have another couple of hours of decent sun. We could sneak in an upper 80 degree or near 90 in a few locations, but this is the map that makes the most difference to your day. As we talked about yesterday, so low 60 degree dew points, still technically humid, but nowhere near that real tropical air that we've had. You can see a few clouds that are scattered across the area. As mentioned yesterday, we look west, so it is kind of a busy radar map, although that drier air for us is protecting us. There's a little disturbance moving through Illinois. Storms are erupting as expected. These will make a run at the Indiana-Illinois border here by about 9 or 10 p.m. They will gradually be weakening. It's unlikely they reach the metro area. Can't rule out a few raindrops. A much better chance of that, I believe, the farther west you go. We still have more storm chances in the days ahead, plus some 90s to talk about in a few minutes.
All right, speaking of a change in weather,
Oh, there it is.
I know this is a sharp turn. So we all remember this, right? Indy streets left unplowed this past winter. Well, the city county council, they're doing something about it. Members passed a proposal last night giving DPW an extra $2 million to purchase trucks which will be used for snow plowing and street repair. The proposal included another $2 million to hire contractors to remove snow in residential streets.
All right.
Those are your lawmakers at work.
Could make a difference. We'll see. We might be in the middle of summer, but before we know it, school will be back in session. And today, teachers had the opportunity to be the students, learning about the Indianapolis Chin community. The Indianapolis Chin community is growing with more than 32,000 people. Many of those students go to schools on the south side. That's according to IU's Hamilton Luger Center. The Indiana University Chin Language Research Project gave teachers the opportunity today to learn how they can more effectively support their students with a Chin background. The workshop introduced them to several Chin languages and cultures with the goal to provide a more inclusive classroom environment. There are around 30 to 50 different Chin languages. Sarah Ambler with the Clark Pleasant Community School District says they've seen an increase in Chin students in their school system, and this helps them learn more about their students' backgrounds. Take a listen here.
We're able to maybe dive a little bit deeper with students and find out a little bit more, like specifically things about their culture and their language and the things that are important to them and their families. And if we're able to do that and build those connections, then education comes along naturally after that.
And you can find more information about the Chin community and educational resources on our website. We've got it all at WTHR.com.